What's good, y'all? It's Ahmed. Welcome to Ahmed's Voice. This week we are getting into our Artist Power Index compiled by Pollstar. We'll be talking about some of the hottest names out on tour globally and domestically right now. And this Power Index is actually compiled based on artists worldwide, ticket sales, streaming, airplay, and social performance. So we will check out the list, and I have a couple of special cases we'll talk about. Again, just to remind you, these rankings are put together on ticket sales, streaming, airplay, and social media performance. So this is a great overall indicator of what these artists are looking like out on the worldwide marketplace. Let's start at number 10. Let's start with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is still out on tour. It seems like he's been on tour forever, charging $1,000 to $1,200 for a fan photo pic. He is at number 10. He has been dropping a little bit as he's been on tour for a while, and other people are going on tour. Tours are getting bigger. Bigger social media presence, bigger press. I think that's just because, again, he's been on tour for a while. So you see here, as we go down and look at Chris Brown's ranking, he was 7 last week. He has an 89 live ranking, 14 at streaming rank. So Chris Brown still very, very popular streaming, 19 on airplay, 38 on social rank. And then we'll move up to number 9 this week, Beyonce. And again, this ranking was compiled at the end of last Friday. So we are talking about 8/8/2025, August 8th, 2025. The ranking ends every Friday. I will try to make sure to get you updated on this every Monday. Beyonce up one spot from number 10 last week. She's at number 9 this week. She just wrapped up her Cowboy Carter tour. We'll talk about that in just a second. You can see this week last week she was number 10, up to number 9 this week. 5 ranking and live performances, 18 rank streaming, 129 airplay, 30 social rank. But this 5 ranking, again, for live, I think it's just how she ended her tour. As a matter of fact, let's go take a look at that right now as we have this article. This is from Brand Vision Insights, talking about how Beyonce made Cowboy Carter the record breaking country tour. That's right, officially in the books, Beyonce has had the most profitable record breaking country tour in the history of country music. We have a couple of notes here. Again, this is Brand Vision Insights. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour shattered records to become the largest grossing country music tour of all time. In just 32 sold out stadium shows across North America and Europe, the 43-year-old superstar grossed 407 reading with Ahmed, $407.6 million in ticket sales, drawing more than 1.6 million fans. Remarkably, this trek covered only 9 cities, including Los Angeles, New York, Atlanta, London, and Paris, making it the shortest tour ever to cross the $400 million mark. I don't care if you think she should be labeled as a country star or not. She went into the country space and she did her thing. This genre blending tour was not confined to U.S. audiences. It was a worldwide box office juggernaut. Beyonce played multiple night stadium runs, including 6 nights in London to meet overseas demand. Each show was a spectacle lasting roughly 3 hours, with more than 40 songs featuring surprise cameos from stars such as Miley Cyrus, and even a Destiny's Child reunion, which helped generate buzz across the continents. Yeah, so she did have the Destiny Child reunion. I think Shabuzi popped up at one or a couple of her shows, and they didn't mention in this article, but also Jay-Z showed up for the Paris performance. So yeah, she definitely did her thing with her tour. Again, broke and shattered a lot of records, and that's why she is sitting on the rank of number 9 right now. She might still stay up in this ranking, especially social media wise, as we begin talking about, as more people start talking about how she broke the country record ratings, and then record record-breaking sales for a tour in such a short time. She's also just dropped a Levi's ad, so you know there's a tail end to the whole Sydney Sweeney thing. So that will probably, going into this next week, up her social rank. Remember, when it comes to social media, it's almost like PT Barnum. No bad publicity, or all publicity is good publicity. So she might get a little bit of jump in the social rank, but the tour is over, so the live rank is going to fall. So she'll probably stay up on here for a little bit. She'll probably start dropping off in a couple of weeks. We'll move up to number 9, Mr. Morgan Wallen. He is holding steady. Sorry, Morgan Wallen's at number 8. He was at number 9 last week. His live rank this week is 14. Streaming rank 49. Number 1 in airplay. Number 1 in airplay. That says a lot in today's radio market, that you could still be number 1. He is doing things. Social rank 194, but look at that number 1 airplay, along with the rank of 14 for live. Yeah, that's doing a thing. SZA at number 7, up 1 spot from last week's number 8. Ed Sheeran down to number 6 from number 4 last week. He was actually he was number 2. He's down 4 spots to number 6. Live rank of 49. Streaming rank of number 4, really good. So still a monster in streaming. Social rank of 17, which is interesting. I don't hear that much about him, but again, that's the thing about this power index rating, right? You don't know really where a person's at, because we're so siloed with social media, so we don't really know how popular a person is till we look at their ranking all the way across. Kendrick Lamar having a great year. He is at number 5, holding steady for number 5 last week, a live rank of number 10. Kendrick Lamar has been out on tour, including in Canada. That'll go along with number 4 in just a minute. We'll talk about Drake. His streaming rank number 10, still doing great with the streaming. Airplay rank at 7, and 95 in the social rank. Kendrick doesn't do that much on social media, but still with these numbers over here, a 10 live rank, a streaming rank of 10, and 7 airplay rank. Yeah, he's still there. Now let's get up to Drake. Drake is up 2 points from last week. He was number 6. He's number 4 this week. Live rank of 30, streaming rank of number 2. Drake has always been a streaming monster. He's going to always be up there when it comes to streams. Airplay rank of 15. That's pretty good. A social rank of 27. Let's talk about Drake for a minute, because Drake has a lot of things going on, right? Don't know where Drake will be with this. He'll probably stay up in here just because of his social media buzz. His tour, though, has been wild. He has been canceling shows all year. As we look here, Drake, this is actually from Billboard. This article is from, I think this is from like the end of last month. I think that this is maybe like a week and a half old. Let's see if I can find a date on it. Yeah, it's about a week and a half old. I think it's from the 28th or the 29th. But I keep calling it Drake. Drake officially cancels, postpone Australia and New Zealand tour dates. 5 months after Drake cut his tour short of Australia and New Zealand, the remaining dates have been officially canceled. Yes, so he canceled those dates. He also canceled dates in Manchester. A lot going on with Drake. Of course, hip hop is a sport. It's a combat sport. He has been in this major beef with Kendrick Lamar, with pretty much everybody in the hip hop world realizing that Kendrick won that beef on wax anyway. But Drake is also suing Universal Music Group. He's got litigation going on. He's got a new album that's getting ready to drop called Iceman. We'll talk about that in a second. But this puts Drake in a weird spot because, like I said, rap is a combat sport, and he lost that combat with Kendrick Lamar, and some of his other moves with the lawsuits and some of the other things he's been doing on some of his tracks, some of his diss tracks going after LeBron James. It just, in the mainstream he'll be fine, but when it comes to the hip hop circles, when it comes to authenticity in a synthetic world, yeah, it starts to take a toll. Here is a quote: "Despite extensive efforts to find a solution, rescheduling within the necessary time frame was not possible." A statement from Live Nation Australia read, "Drake remains committed to returning and performing these shows when his schedule permits." Drake returned to the stage earlier this month as part of his Some Special Shows for UK tour alongside Party Next Door in support of their collaborative Some Sexy Songs for You album. The trek began with a series of dates in England, which followed by additional show will be followed by additional shows throughout Europe until the end of September. A planned performance in Manchester on Monday, July 28th, what I was just talking about, was postponed this week with an unseen ferry schedule necessitating the gigs moved to August 5th. So this is all really starting to put a sour taste in a lot of Drake's fans' mouths, especially those who are shelling out this money to go to these concerts. Concert tickets are a pretty penny this year, and when someone as big as Drake cancels shows, and now it seems like he's getting into a habit of canceling shows over the last couple of months, that is not good. Speaking of the new album, how should Drake feel about the performance of his Iceman single so far? So, again, Drake not only canceling tours, but it seems like he's really trying to find his footing after this beef that he's had with Kendrick Lamar over the last year. And now you have Pusha T and other artists coming out with tracks that are kind of subliminal towards him. And he's on that track of this beef. Again, it's a combat sport, man. You gotta be ready. Even with the artists as big as Drake, stars start to fall off. They start to lose favor with the public, and this might be one of those times where Drake is hitting that kind of place to where he's falling out of favor with the public. Again, he's got his new album coming out called Iceman. He's got a few tracks out. But should people be concerned about that? The tracks are not doing that good. They're not doing as good as people thought they were. That's what this whole Billboard article is about. Considering Jason Lipschutz, considering his record-setting track record as a Hot 100 fixture, Drake should not be concerned with any chart debut, much less that of a collaborative track that's not the lead single on his new project. There's various opinions about Drake's singles performing. Here's Andrew Unterberger: better than I expected at first, worse after. As a number two debut was more than acceptable for this song, but falling as precipitously as it has in the week since, despite an official music video, a performance at Drake's headlining appearance at the Wireless Festival, and his online grousing and debuting one spot short of the goal. It is sort of telling. Michael Samponara: the debut feels just about right, but I thought it would have much more legs through the rest of the summer and hold strong around the top 10, top 20. What did I miss? Had the right intentions. I felt like Drake had plenty to get off his chest, and this was a proper launcher to the Iceman era. So, there's various opinions. Kyle Dennis is a bit worse than I expected, and I wasn't expecting too much to begin with. That's kind of where I was in the camp. I enjoy What Did I Miss? I think it's a solid record, and it's nice to hear Drake straight up rapping with his back somewhat against the wall, but the song lacks the magnetism that a lead single should have. So, yeah, that's what's going on with Drake right now. Particular spot, we will keep an eye on what happens with Drake as we move forward. Let's go back to our top 10. Again, Drake was at number 4. Billie Eilish at number 3. Last week, hold it strong, same spot. Live rank at 8. She's out on tour right now. Streaming rank 13. Airplay 34. She is always in the news and in the social media. She'll probably be in more social media this week after some comments she made about visiting Ireland. I won't get into those right now. Some of this stuff is just, we're just in this hypersensitive area. It's a hypersensitive area of emotions and people finding fault with stars and in themselves and their neighbors. So I don't think it's a big deal, but I think it might help her social rank jump up a little bit. Lady Gaga at number 2. Up 2 spots from last week. She was at number 4. She has a live 20 rank, 8 streaming rank, 8 airplay rank. She is overall doing her thing at 26. Lady Gaga is doing what she does. And at number 1, it is The Weeknd. The Weeknd has been on top of this list for quite some time. He was number 1 last week. He's at a number 3 streaming rank, a 6 airplay rank, and a social rank of 21. So, The Weeknd, he is holding strong where he needs to be. Now, let's look at what this means worldwide. Now, this is Live 75. This ranks the worldwide active tours by average tickets sold for shows performed over the last 30 days. Again, who's at the top of this list? It is The Weeknd at number one. Linkin Park coming in at number two with 50,653 average tickets sold in the last 30 days. The Weeknd just at 53,000. So not much difference, about 1,000 tickets more difference right there. Post Malone, this is why you see him advertising on everything. Just because you think someone is not popular does not mean that they are not in the rest of the world. Post Malone at number three when it comes to worldwide tickets sold over the last 30 days. Chris Brown, I told you, he's been on tour forever, still going strong. Then we have Iron Maiden at number five, Shakira at number six, Billie Eilish at number seven, Chris Stapleton at eight, the Lumineers at number nine. And yes, the Backstreet Boys are out there doing their thing in the last 30 days. They've averaged 16,000 and a half sold tickets. Now let's get to the worldwide numbers. Who's ruling this roost? Of course, it's Beyonce. We just talked about her finishing up the Cowboy Carter tour, a couple of European dates. Really sold a lot of tickets in a short amount of time. But who's number two? The Weeknd. He's at the top of everything, and he's been doing this for a while. The Weeknd is a juggernaut out there on tour. Metallica at number three, Post Malone worldwide at number four, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band out there doing it. Linkin Park again, Shakira, there's Chris Brown again doing his thing. Kenny Chesney, haven't heard that name in a while. He is number nine in the worldwide rankings. And then we have Iron Maiden at number 10, the OGs out there doing their thing. That is your artist power index as far as artists being out on tour, and of course going along with your ticket sales, streaming, and airplay and social media performance. Now it's summertime, there's a lot of concerts going on out there. I want you to be careful when you're buying tickets. The scams are through the roof right now. We have resale sites such as Vivid Seats, StubHub, SeatGeek, Vivendi Seats. We have a new player in the game, Game Time Seats. I'll do a post about them probably later on this week. They are official resale markets along with Ticketmaster, but the scammers have figured it out. There was a concert a couple of weeks ago where over 200 concert goers got turned away because they purchased fake tickets from SeatGeek and I believe it was Vivid Seats. You also have at my own job where I work at UCSD, we have had a number of people who have bought tickets for our concerts off of StubHub and SeatGeek, and they were just not real tickets. The last couple of groups we had an inventory that we were able to be gracious to be able to get them some seats. But it's really bad out there when it comes to scammers and scalpers really hitting this resale market. There are guardrails in place for this, but in a digital society, one security comes along, but scammers know how to get by that security as well. So you really need to be careful out here buying concert tickets if you can't get them from the venue themselves. If you can't get them directly from the artist, you really need to be careful. Even when it comes to SeatGeek and StubHub and these other these other third-party resellers, even though they have guarantees, it doesn't mean they can't get scammed. Some of their guarantees just means they'll give you, they'll help get your money back. But once you've bought the ticket and you're expecting to go, you've wasted your money, you've wasted your time, and you've had a disappointing experience because you might have got to the venue and you found out that your tickets were not real, and now you might not be able to get into the show, and there's nothing you can do. And sure, you might get your money back on the back end, but it's still a horrible experience. I did a article on this just last month, the ticket resale shell game. Please check it out. It's at my Substack, ahmedsvoice.substack.com. Again, check it out. This gives you some ways that you can protect yourself, letting you know what's going on with the ticket resale market right now. Be safe when you're out here buying tickets for concerts. And overall, visit my Substack, ahmedsvoice.substack.com. We're talking about everything performing arts, media, ticket industry, all kinds of stuff. Check it out. I appreciate it. And subscribe. That way you don't have to go to the website all the time. Whenever there's a new post or podcast, straight to your email inbox. I appreciate you, and you can find where to follow me everywhere on social media and all that good stuff at my website at ahmedsvoice.com. You can links to all of my social media everywhere you can find me. It's all good. I appreciate it. Again, that wraps up our Artist Power Index for the week of August 10th, 2025. We'll be back with the Power Index next Monday, but make sure you subscribe to Ahmed's Voice wherever you can and check out the content I'm dropping for you. I'll try to get something out daily. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.